1's requesting BLS 1116.
Tom, Olympic 97 en route Burwell.
Olympic 97 route Burwell 1116.
BLS from Medic 1, it's going to be a female patient, MVA, unknown respiratory precautions.
Eight 41 from CENTCOM. Eight and engine 41, the call's been upgraded to ALS and Medic 41 toned for the patient. It's not responding now. Chest rising and falling.
Received. 841 will be available.
841 will be available 1120.
Medicaid, patient.
Medicate with patient 1121.
Olympic 97's on scene, Burwell.
Olympic 97, 1122.
Engine 2 from Syncom confirming route.
From Medic 2, you can secure engine 2.
Copy engine 2 secure 1123.
Syncom engine 63.
Engine 63.
Engine 63 will be responding to the medical at Naval Base Hospital.
Engine 63, 1124.
Syncom Medic 1's on scene. We have 2 vehicle blocking. Correction, 3 vehicle blocking. Appears all vehicles are on its wheels. We'll be investigating corrections.
Medic 1, 1125.
Medic 41 station.
Medic 41 with station 1125.
Medic 1, we have 3 patients. We dispatched another BLS unit.
Medic 1 advising 3 patients and requesting another BLS unit. 2?
Confirming we are canceled and patient wants to go POV.
That's affirmative. Engine 6-3, did you copy that cancel?
Agent 6-3 canceled. If you can show us clear and available.
Engine 6-3, 1126. Medic 1 from CENTCOM.
Go ahead for Medic 1.
Olympic doesn't have a BLS unit available. They only have ALS right now. The estimate time for BLS unit would be 30 minutes.
Medic 1 copies. At this point, we are looking at only one patient now after further review.
Let's see.
CENTCOM from Engine 8.
Engine 8.
We extinguished a unattended campfire. Show Engine 8 available.
Engine 8 received. 129.
attach engine 6-1 to the ALS assist at Michigan Drive.
Engine 6-1, 1141.
CENTCOM, engine 6-1's on scene.
Engine 6-1 is on scene, 1144.
Top out of class.
Medic 1. Medic 1, are you calling CENTCOM? Medic 1, 1144.
CENTCOM, engine 6-1, confirm DOA.
Engine 6-1, confirm DOA, 1144.
Engine 6-1 from Mag 5-1, east Oasis to respond. Medic 5-1 from engine 6-1, that's a negative, go available, thank you. Medic 5-1.
And CENTCOM copies 1145.
CENTCOM, engine 6-1.
Engine 6-1.
CENTCOM, engine 6-1, can I go ahead and get the coroner my location?
Affirmative. Contacting the coroner. Engine 6-1 from CENTCOM.
Go for 6-1.
Can I get a contact number for you? The coroner wants to call.
CENTCOM in 6-1. Contact number will be 564-202-0241.
Copy that.
CENTCOM in 6-1. Correction on that number.
Copy. Go ahead.
Number will be 564-202-0248.
Receive.
CENTCOM, Medic 41.
Medic 41.
Clear last call, AMA. We'll be en route to Rosine. You can cancel Medic 51.
Receive Medic 51. Copy. Medic 51, if you didn't copy, Medic 41 cleared their call. They're going to be en route to Rosine Way, and you can cancel.
Medic 5-1.
Medic 51, it's 11:50.
HP testing.
CENTCOM, engine 85. Engine 85? You can cancel 884. We'll pick up 885. 884 can cancel, and engine 85, confirm you're going to be off shared crew then, or sending 885 in place of engine 85? Show 885 en route in place of engine 85. Okay.
Medic 41 to patient.
Medic 41 with patient 1156.
W7DNG, Grossi, standing by.
Centcom, engine 6-1.
Engine 6-1.
Show engine 6-1, clear and available.
Engine 6-1, 1159.
Good afternoon, this is Jack, KI7RMU, and this is the new net on the PSRG repeater in Seattle, Washington for Friday, April 29th, 2022. This is a midday net to see who's out there listening and to see if any of you would like to let us know what's happening with you. If you'd like to give a report or an IO, all I need is your name and call sign. And let me know if you'd like to stay in rotation too for the second round of parting thoughts, words of wisdom, or complaints. Come ahead now with your name and call sign, please.
Grossi, W.
Whiskey Alpha 3 Delta Bravo.
Kilo Juliet 7, Romeo Juliet, Mike Starlight.
Acknowledge that medical evidence responding mutual aid.
KJ7RJ. All right, I've got you, Mike. Nice to hear you. I've got DB, of course, WA3DB, and I've got Grossi, W7DNG. All right, who's next?
AX2CW.
7 Quebec, Lima, in and out, Jack. Good afternoon.
All right, Beach, I've got you. Nice to hear you today. Got your IO. Thank you so much. Joan, KX2CW is on the list. Anybody else? Come ahead.
I-7,
This is John, Kilo 9, Juliet Echo Bravo with an in and out. Happy Friday, Jack.
Good afternoon, Jack.
All right, good afternoon, Jack Station. Stand by. John, I've got you with an IO. Thank you so much. I've got Lewis there, KI7AGD. And who was the last station? Name and call.
That was Kilo 7 Alpha India Papa Teague Mobile with an IO. I'm pretty far away, probably pretty scratchy.
All right, T, got you down there. Thank you so much. Yeah, a little scratchy, but I could hear you, that's for sure. Hey, you have yourself a great weekend. More stations, please.
Kilo Juliet 7, Oscar Romeo Victor.
Back with an IO. Kilo Juliet 7 Sierra Charlie Alpha.
All right, KJ7SCA with an IO. Thank you so much. You have a great weekend. We got Yuri in there, so formal today with the entire call sign in phonetics. Man, that's amazing. KJ7ORV. Anybody else? Come ahead.
Engine 71.
Can you confirm my staff?
KE8 HPF. This is Trent with an IO. Happy Friday.
Affirmative.
Right back at you, Trent. You have yourself a great weekend. Thanks for your IO. Great to hear you today. All right, let's check for internet stations. All-Star Echolink connected stations, come ahead with your name and call.
Alpha Bravo 6, Mike Bravo.
Hey there, Jeff. You're on the list. Anybody else on the internet? Come ahead now. All right, let's go talk to Grossi out there in Bonnie Lake, W7DNG. Good afternoon.
Well, good afternoon to Jack and everybody on the net. Well, I bit the bullet and got myself another license for radio. Probably keep my son-in-law at least in specs when I go up and camp and stuff. Get the DMRS programming radios today, so that's a nice.
Medic 81 on scene 1203.
At least I'll have access to them when they go up camping up in Greenwater and stuff. I always worry about them up in that area. It's not a good area for camping by yourself, but that's okay. At least now they can keep in touch with Grandpa. My rabbits are doing real well. Oh my goodness.
Engine 71 from
little
Centcom.
Snowball one. He was running around this front
The
yard
caller
this
said
morning like he
south
had
parking lot is not the circle drive where you normally go. It's off of Front
run
Street.
to the other corner. Just all over the
Closest to
place. And I
Paulso,
mean,
right
they
across
are
from the
quick
Great
that small.
Kirk
Even
Church.
the big ones go
Built like
pretty good.
condos.
But the little ones, seems like they go a lot quicker. Can't think of much else to say today. Just kind of
Engine 71,
wandering
1204.
around, decide what I want to do. I got to go out and take the wire brush to the piece of metal I got to do some welding on this afternoon, but I want to finish up on the radio here. I might be in for round 2. If not, I'll still be listening one way or another. So everybody have a good day. Better tomorrow. You know that's Grossi saying. W7 DNG.
Engine 17, clear of TAC 8. Engine 17, clear TAC 8.
All right, well, typical goings-on out there, Grumpy. Sounds great, except for the programming. I know that's not one of your favorite activities, so good luck with that. You need some more grandma cookies, I guess. All right, hey, we'll definitely catch up with you in round 2, but now back to round 1 we go with DB. WA3 DB, good afternoon to you.
And good afternoon to you also. Hold on just a moment, I'm sorry. Just needed to clear my throat. This is Whiskey Alpha 3 Delta Bravo from Finn Hill, Kirkland, and I'm happy to be here on the net. Thank you, Jack, for hosting it. And I've got a ham project that I'm working on today. A fellow ham wants to get protection rails to put on his, I think it's
Medic 11 from SACOM.
FT891 or
Go ahead.
881. I don't recall right now.
Firecom's canceling you now for their call on .56.
Plastic rails you can put on the side to make sure that the front knobs don't get busted off. And you can get them online. You can order them from Shapeways, and it's worth $70. Oh my goodness! Or you can download and 3D print
Medic 11 from SACOM.
for virtually free, and that's what I've been working on. But I'm using a new filament called PLA Plus. And oh my dickens, is it hard to get to come in to print nicely.
Southtown did call
and
for another mutual aid request. They're requesting
so hey,
a
if
medic
anybody out there has
for
some
a 34-year-old female with seizure.
PLA Plus from
on
Overture,
118.
I'm all ears.
Medic 31 was
And
done.
other than that, I got a visit from a friend later this afternoon, a ham friend,
Go ahead and send it
to help me program my ICOM 2730 to do scan mode. So that's going to be really cool. And that'll be Whiskey 7 JSN. And this is Whiskey Alpha 3DB giving it back to Net. Thanks, Jack.
And is that cancel for Medic 31 then, Medic 11?
All right, DB. Well, good luck with the 3D printing, yeah, especially with that new filament.
Medic 31,
Those side
cancel
rails are
Medic 11
great.
will be
I've got
allowed for
some
that
from my
mutual aid.
991 printed by a fellow out of Germany that
Medic
came
31
to me as a
available
gift from one of my friends. I couldn't believe it. It's like, hey, these are really nice. So good luck with that. Hope those work out for you. And I think you're probably out for round 2 today. Back to you.
Sir, yes, sir. This is Whiskey Alpha 3DB Alpha 2. Thank you.
All right, DB. Hey, have a good afternoon. Say hi to John for me. Of course, I'll say hi to him at some point during the net, probably. And, hey, have a great weekend. Say hi to Amy as well. KJ7RJ, let's go talk to Mike.
Engine 3 from SACOM.
Good afternoon, Jack and the net. This is KJ7RJ. Well, I'm busy rearranging the shack, Jack.
Engine 3 from SACOM.
Got up this morning and came out here, and I didn't have any power for some reason. 2 of the electrical outlets died, so I'm trying to replace those right now. I've got an extension cord running to power everything else. But that's my project for the day. Other than that, I've been playing around in HF. I made a couple contacts on 40 meters this morning, so I knew this TS680 is working.
Engine 3 from SACOM.
In fact, if anybody wants to try to make a 10-meter contact this afternoon,
There's no
let me
BLS
know.
available
I've
for
got
30 minutes.
28.360
And there's law enforcement needed.
dialed in and monitoring. I don't know why. That used to be a frequency I hung out on years ago. There was a net on that frequency. But there you go. That's what I'll be saying. Don't know if I'll be in for round 2. I'm going to go in and make myself some lunch right now. A nice gooey grilled cheese sandwich and a piping hot bowl of cream of potato soup with bacon bits. Other than that, I'll say 73s and have a good day, everybody. Back to that, KJ7RJ.
For that scenario, do you want me to check with Olympic and see if they have a medic unit for transport?
All right, so Mike will
Or
be
you want
over
to
at
put it
10
in
meters,
for a
28.360. A little bit later, probably after his gooey cheese sandwich and yummy potato soup. Oh, man, now I'm really hungry. All right, well, Mike, glad the radio is working. Nice to hear you today. And you know what? I'm going to leave you in for round 2 because it doesn't sound like you're really sure whether or not you'll be in or not. I'll give you a call. No big deal, as you know, if you're not. All right, thanks. Let's go talk to Joan in just a moment. It's 12:09 p.m. I'm Jack, KI7RMU for the end of the week, the business week anyway, Friday noon net, KX2CW. Joan, hi there.
Engine 3 from SACOM.
Engine 3.
Sorry, I just
Hello
want to
there,
confirm. You want
Jack.
a firmer
Here is
fire
Joan,
medic zone for the
KX2CW,
transport, or do you want me to
sitting
check
here
to see if
on the
Olympic
Shure
has an ALS
microphone.
unit for the transport?
And I will not be in for 2. I know I have plenty of time, almost 2 hours before my writing class, but I like to get my
Toning medic 1.
centered on that. So I'm all set up for the Zoom meeting already. And, I don't know if Ian's listening or not, but last night or yesterday afternoon, one of the things that I did that was kind of nice is, Ian had given me, handed down to me his Shure M97X phonograph cartridge that he had, he'd upgraded to something nicer. I think a Bang & Olufsen or something. I forget what he got. But the Shure M97X is certainly a nice, high-quality phonograph cartridge, right up there with like Shure V15s and stuff, and which are no longer made. But and I, from a family of Shure phonograph cartridges, we've got a couple of V15s and or 2 or 3 different V15s in the family, and I think at least one Type 4. But yes, and so I'm the junior member of that club, I suppose, with my Mir M97X, but it is significantly better phonograph cartridge than the Stanton that I was using all this time, which was just the cartridge that came with the turntable when I bought it used 30 years ago. I feel pretty bad about that. But I listened to a couple of records yesterday, and I'm like, oh my gosh, this sounds so good. But I have such radio interference here that I had to move my preamplifier around until not only was it not getting a buzz, I turned off my lights and stuff, and I kept turning things off until the buzz went away. Even though I've got it thoroughly grounded, that's with it carefully grounded. And then I had to then ground the preamplifier to my rack case to completely eliminate the buzz. And but I was still picking up KUOW, the radio station, so I had to move the preamplifier around until I wasn't picking up KUOW, kind of as a inadvertent reception. But once I got that squared away, I was sitting listening to records yesterday afternoon. I never mentioned it to anyone because I was sitting there listening on my Sony MDR 7506 headphones and just immersing myself. So there you go. And what I played was the 2-record set. I already have this in AAC format, but I love the Wes Anderson film, The Life Aquatic, and I have it on DVD. And I have the soundtrack album already in AAC, but I couldn't help myself on a record store day in last year to find the 2-record vinyl set, and the records are kind of aquamarine blue, by the way, blue vinyl, dark blue vinyl. It was a nice experience, and that is my report. Radio Wave to all, KX2CW back to net.
All right, man, that is a really, really good purchase for Record Store Day. That is cool. Yeah, I don't think you had mentioned that before. Anyway, all right, good soundtrack there, and thanks to Ian for that M97X. That sounds like a great cartridge here, and of course that's got the elliptical diamond tip, as everybody knows. All right, Joan, you have a great afternoon. Good luck with the writing class. Have a great weekend, and we'll talk to you later. We had an IO from Beej. Nice to hear from him. Let's go talk to Lewis, KI7AGD.
Well, Jack, I got back from the BBC meeting today. It went pretty well. We talked about the upcoming Battle of Midway and our participation in it. And I am also emailing the U.S. Midway Museum to see if I can't get the ship's log, radio log, and for the Fort Worth Museum part. And so I've been kind of busy, as much as I can.
Medical 11 from SECOM?
Ups and downs. So,
Go ahead for 11.
Responding to some of the
additional units. Battalion 47 just arrived, and then 849
requests
and
that I had.
47
They
still
want
around.
some frequency information.
Received.
So anyway, we're doing
Medical 11
pretty
for
good. I am making pair jam today. So that's in between my emails. I am doing pair jam. So anyway, that's about my day. So I'm going to go back to net, and this is KIF7 ATD, back to net, and have a wonderful day, everybody. 73.
All right, Louis. Well, you have a great afternoon. Stick around for round two. I'm kind of curious to find out how the pear jam turned out. Oh, man, that sounds really good. All right, so we got cheese sandwiches, we've got potato soup, and now some pear jam to go with it. Not a bad menu. All right, we had an I.O. from John there, K9JB. We had an I.O. from Teague. Let's go talk to Yuri, and here he is, KJ70RV.
Kilo, Juliet 7, Oscar, Romeo, Victor. I've been looking at the native phonetics, and they said it's Oscar and Victor. I don't know if I'm ever going to get used to that. I guess I just need to keep trying. Let's see, what do I got? The Lake Washington net this morning was very nice, talking about what sites people go to, and I picked up this dailydx.com/propagation, and this page has a bunch of links for solar data that links to a bunch of other websites. So that was a good find, and I got to learn how to read these solar data. But on my quest of through these websites and looking and finding, I found a photo of Mercury with a tail that looks like a comet. So it's a photo of Mercury, the solar wind, and Micrometeorites eject sodium atoms from Mercury's surface. This creates a yellow-orange tail of sodium gas that is around 2.5 million kilometers long. So it's a photo of Mercury with a tail, and then there's the constellation Pleiades right behind it. It's just an amazing photograph that shows this huge tail behind Mercury, and it really looks like a comet, but it's Mercury, and it's just all that stuff coming off of the planet through the sun. It's really incredible. KJ70RV.
All right, Yuri, I want to see a photo of that. Would you mind posting that on the Facebook discussion group page?
Absolutely, Jack. Absolutely. It is a magnificent sight to see. KJ70RV.
Yeah, that sounds really great. I made a note of dailydx.com to check that out. I just got on there real quick, just took a real quick look, and it looks really interesting. All right, well, I just sent you something as well on solar weather and space weather and all that stuff from the NOAA site that I thought you might appreciate. All right, well, Yuri, stick around for round two. Great to hear you today. And we had an I.O. from Ted. We had an I.O. from Trent. Let's go talk to Jeff. Here he is, AB6MB.
Hello, Jack, and good afternoon. It's Jeff, AB6MB. And, well, it sounds like a pretty interesting picture of Mercury. I like to see that when it gets posted. That does sound pretty. I've never even heard of that before, so I think that's really something. Meanwhile, on the Parks on the Air website, let's start over. The Parks on the Air that I worked so far today, I worked 3, and right now it's I just don't hear anything else to work. I can't hear anything, so I think in another hour or two they'll start picking up again, and I'll just start knocking some more out. Yeah, solar weather stuff is pretty good. Right now, according to solar weather, we have a solar flux of 132. noise index of A of 14 and K of 3, so
Go ahead.
there is some noise out there, but it's not horrible. Definitely better than I've seen it.
Go save now.
And meanwhile, it's sunny out here. I can hear the birds chirping outside. And I even heard a frog last night. He made a little bit of racket, then he stopped. So I don't know what was up with that. For a while, I could hear a lot of frogs, and then they stopped, and then now I just hear the one. So I have to keep my ears open tonight to see if I hear any more. Meanwhile, it's pretty peaceful here, and just enjoying listening to the net. So let me turn it back to you, Jack, and I'll be in for 2, AB6ME.
All right, Jeff. Well, that's pretty cool. You get a frog once in a while anyway. That's nice. And sometimes you get sun like today, so that's fantastic. All right. Yeah, and I saw an article yesterday in the news here in Seattle that we've got some invasive frogs in the area now. They've been spotted in Issaquah, Lacey, and Bothell. And apparently they're called African clawed frogs. Ooh, boy, that sounds bad. Anyway, so yeah, check that out. All right, Jeff, stick around for round 2. Nice to hear you today. Let's take some more check-ins. Look at that, 12:20 p.m. I'm Jack, KI7RMU, for the new net on a Friday afternoon on the PSRG repeater. If you'd like to join us, come ahead, name and call.
Kilos. Whiskey, Quebec, 7 Hotel. I'm James.
WQ7H, all right, got you on the list there. Nice to hear you. And I believe I heard KJ7WQI, Matt, right before James. Let's confirm Matt.
You did indeed there, Jack. KJ7WQI.
All right, fantastic. Got Matt, got James. Who's next?
K7MCK, Mike.
K7MCK, a little choppy, Mike. We're going to take you first, but I'm going to get a couple more stations. Please stand by. All right, who's next?
KB7RYY.
All right, Dan's on the list. Anybody else? Come ahead, name and call. Let's look for additional internet stations. If you're on All-Star or Echolink and would like to join us on the new net, come ahead, name and call.
AF7UX, Derek in Monroe. Just to hijack the internet site, I think just went all choppy. The voters not responding and whatnot. So it happened in the last couple of minutes. But anyway, AF7UX.
Yeah, this might be one of those cascading failures like we had the other day. Well, I've got your IO there, Derek. Yeah, you were a little choppy, but great to hear you on a Friday. Have a great weekend. Anybody else? Come ahead. All right, let's hold right there. KJ7WQI, Matt is up next.
Well, hey there, Jack. I just crawled up into the loft. I've been doing some laundry and cleaning. I had moved into the trailer, tent trailer, before training. Now I'm cleaning it out and getting everything torn out. I'm going to get rid of the trailer and just put stuff in boxes until I can find a place. Hopefully by the end of the year I'll have a apartment up there in Everett of my own. But we'll get there. Anyhow, I do have a CB radio that I may end up giving away here, maybe for a few dollars, but it's not worth a whole lot. It's one of those JCPenney, let's see, it's like 23 channels. But yeah, just doing more cleaning and listening to the net and watching Hulu. So just another day here in Edmonds, soaking it in, and glad to be on RF once again. But hope everybody's having a good one, enjoying the weather. KJ7, WQI.
All right, Pat. Well, it sounds like you're pretty glad to have a couple of days off as well. So yeah, nice to catch up and do a little RF and do a little cleaning. All right, well, stick around, and yeah, I'm sure you'll find a taker for that CB. All right, WQ7H, let's go talk to James. How are you?
WQ7H, I'm James. Good afternoon, Jack and the net. Nice to hear everyone. Vinyl is wonderful, and I remember back in the day there were pages and pages of all different kinds of and grades of phono cartridges from Stanton and Shure, of course, and Empire and Bang & Olufsen, and wow, I still have a V15 somewhere and a Stanton something, and I used to have an Empire something, but it's long gone. Anyway, vinyl. There you go. Yes, I remember having Neil Young albums on vinyl. How about that? So today, I'm not really. I just made a run to Costco. I've got my dishes in the dishwasher, and then I'm getting ready to watch the latest episode of Slow Horses, which is a sort of a mystery spy thing with Gary Oldham, who can do no wrong in my book. Anyway, not bad. I'm not really the story arc with Gary is fabulous because he's just a great actor. Some of the other stuff is kind of long-winded, but so far not a bad watch. And there you go. So please be safe, be well. WQ7H, back to Jack.
Oh, I love Gary Oldman. In fact, I saw he was in Slow Horses, so we watched a couple episodes, I think it was last week, and really enjoyed it. So, yeah, I'd like to get back to that series. That's really interesting. Yeah, he's fantastic. All right. Well, James, great to hear you today. Stick around for round two. And I was just trying to think of, I saw back in Stereophile magazine back in the 90s, probably the 90s, maybe early 2000s, I saw some insane, and I think it was a Joe Grado cartridge. Yeah, look, here's one right here. Free shipping. Yeah, you'd think so. $12,000 for a Joe Grado Epic 3 cartridge. Oh, man, it better be free shipping. All right. Anyway, James, stick around for round two if you can. Find out. And Mike, sorry, I said I was going to take you first, but I lied. K7MCK. How are you?
Well, that's okay, Jack. I got time to pull over and get out of the car. How's my signal?
That was a big improvement. Yeah, so, okay, so you're mobile, probably in the car. All right, yep, sounds great, and good signal as well. Mike, go ahead.
All right, great. Yeah, I've had a good morning this morning. Well, I am emerging from the COVID cocoon, and I didn't have COVID, just been holed up in the house and getting out with my friend of mine, and we're doing some rock climbing this morning. So, yeah, I'm getting back the upper body strength, the building up the calluses on the hands. My hands are covered in chalk now, but feeling good. I had a really, really nice morning climbing in the gym over at Stone Gardens in Crossroads. On the ham front, I finally got my DMR radio configured the way I'd like, and I've been playing around with that and participated in the PNW Digital TechNet last couple nights ago, and one thing I've been noticing, though, I think is the PSRG DMR repeater is having some issues with the parrot service, and it's not connected properly, so it'd be cool to, I don't know if anybody wants any of my help, or just it'd be nice to get that functioning again, and I don't know if you can point me at Jack, at anyone who's interested in that. But otherwise, yeah, having a good day, and just on my way home. So thanks a lot. This is K7MCK.
All right. Well, kind of in reverse order there, Mike. Great to hear you. But yeah, if you can send a detailed report. I mean, it doesn't need to be paragraphs long. Just kind of the basic overview of what you've noticed on the DMR repeater. Please send that to tech@psrg.org. Tech@psrg.org. Yeah, they love to hear those kind of reports if there's anything amiss. So that would be greatly appreciated. All right. Well, have fun climbing, and that's nice to be able to get back to that, isn't it? And especially if you're at Overlake at Stone Gardens, there's so many great places to get some food right afterwards. So, yeah. Hope you enjoyed the weekend. And thanks for coming back there, Mike, and appreciate that. Come back for round 2 if you can. KB7RYY, we're going to talk to Dan in just a moment. It's Jack KI7RMU4, the new net. It's 12:29 p.m. And let's go to Dan, KB7RYY.
Thanks for the heads up there, Jack. This is Dan, KB7RYY. And you've probably been hearing me checking out this BTEC UV50X2. It belongs to my ham friend up in North Bend. He bought 2 of these. So I made an interesting discovery about this. So it's got 2 powers, high and low. It's supposed to be 50 watts, 10 watts. What I find is on high power, as soon as the fan cuts in, it starts cutting the power off, and it settles down to low power. In fact, right now the fan is just cut on, and the power is dropping below 10 watts because I'm on low power. And I don't know if you're going to see me fade away. My friend has another sample of this rig, so I'm going to go check that one out and see what's going on with it. Anyway, I suppose it could be my meter, but I don't think so. It's a simple needle meter. Oh, Neil Young, Jack, you know I have a lot of Neil Young albums on vinyl. KB7RYY, back to you.
All right, well, the 50X2 sounds pretty good there, Dan. I've got the 25X2. It's little brother, and, you know, it's a little tiny bit noisy. The fan's a bit noisy, but it's a great little radio, especially for the price and the size. I mean, you put that thing in your pocket practically. Well, as far as Neil Young on vinyl, I don't know if you and I have ever spoken about that. I did not know that, but of course I'm a huge Neil Young fan. I have just about every album he ever has made. I haven't bought any of those archive projects that are coming out, but I'm really interested in doing that. I've got a couple of single albums, but not the whole thing. Anyway, yeah, what a musician and what a writer too. Anyway, stick around for round 2 there, Dan. And let's see, we had an IO from Derek up in Monroe. Let's take some more check-ins. If you'd like to join us, come ahead now and name and call.
KKWT. This is Jeremy.
All right, so we've got 3 stations there. George, I want to get you first. Your audio is extremely low. If you can maybe boost power and or speak a little closer to the mic. Let's get you in here. I heard you this morning, but I didn't catch your call then either. Come back.
Oh, Alpha, Foxtrot, 7, Echo, Uniform.
All right, there we go. Yeah, thanks for speaking up a little bit. AF7EU, I've got you there. And which Jeremy was that? Go ahead.
KK7 Whiskey Tango Bravo, Jeremy.
All right, there you are, Jeremy. Yeah, you're doubling a little bit with George. All right, and then I had the beginning of that transmission segment there, I had a KK station. Let's get that station back. All right, well, it might have been Jeremy, but it sounded like a different transmission there. But anyway, all right. Anybody else? Come ahead, name and call.
KG7 ODB.
All right, Dean, I've got you. Dean trampled somebody. It sounded like it might have been Lisa. Was that you, Lisa, KC7BYJ?
It was indeed, and I'm picking myself up and dusting all that dust off, and it's all good. Thank you.
All right, Lisa's on the list. Anybody else? Come ahead, name and call.
KJ7LHD, Gary.
All right, Gary, KJ7LHD, great to hear you. Anybody else? Come ahead. Let's look for internet stations, All-Star Echolink.
K3OE, Rainy Tampa.
All right, Rich, I've got you. Anybody else on the internet? All right, let's go back to Jeremy. How are you doing this afternoon? KK7WTB.
Oh, I'm doing well. I'm on my second cup of coffee, for those of you keeping track. Had a bit of oversleep this morning, so I figure I can compensate with the second cup. I also been doing a bit of interviewing. I finished an intro interview this morning and feeling pretty good about that. And otherwise, just been enjoying that weather. It's moody south out there. Yep. I'm never sure whether to wear the pants or the shorts, or sometimes I wear the sweater with the shorts just to compensate. But overall, good week, good morning. Happy it's Friday. Hello to all you guys out there, and thanks, Jack, for running the net. KK7WTB, back to net.
All right, glad that interview went well there, Jeremy. Yeah, let us know what transpires there. Well, as far as the pants go, I think, I don't have any of these, but I've often thought about getting some. Some of those, I think they're just outdoor pants, basically, like for bushwhacking, that kind of thing. And they have the zippers just below the knee, and you can actually unzip the lower part of the pant leg. I think those are kind of cool. If we should get some. All right, anyway, Jeremy, stick around for round two. Let's see if we get George in here. Yeah, George, thanks for speaking a little closer or boosting your power, whichever you did. But AF7EU over in Bremerton, how are you?
I'm doing good. I had an appointment over in Seattle early this morning and kind of overslept a little bit. Oh no, I gotta keep going. But I made it on time and just got back a little while ago and just came back and relaxing. Out the waterfront.
All right, well, I'm glad you made it over and back. That's great. Hey, so if you're done with your report, go ahead and finish with your call sign. But are you on a handheld, George?
Oh, yes, I'm sorry. AF7EU, yes, I am. I'm on a handheld and I'm blocking the room with the microphone.
All right. Well, you faded out there right at the end. So anyway, all right. Well, that's what I figured. But at one point during one of the last transmissions on our 6-receiver voting system here on PSRG, I caught you at 24 out of 255 on the Capital Park receiver and 51 out of 255 on Cougar. So that's why I asked. Yeah, I figured you were on a handheld, but hey, it works. So anyway, there you go. Stick around for round two if you can. And great to hear from you today. Let's go see how Dean is. KG7ODB.
Good afternoon, Jack, and everybody on the net. So I kind of perked up when I heard a couple of different subjects. One was turntables and cartridges, and the other is Neil Young. And one thing I'll say about Neil Young that probably hasn't been said is that he really takes a lot of care in making his recordings. They always sound really good, like on a really good stereo system. His recordings are they just pop. Even the really early stuff, even the Buffalo Springfield recordings are just really good, because some bands, you get a CD or you get an album and they're just flat.
884, could you dispatch Medic 81 for ALC?
Anyway, cartridges. I bought a new cartridge about 2 years ago. It's a Japanese company called Nagaoka, and these are sort of they're fairly popular as sort of a budget cartridge that sounds really good. Like the one I got, they're now like twice as much as they were back in 2020, but I think I paid about $150 for it. It's called a Nagaoka MP150. And there's a cheaper one.
There was multi-unit pins on Medic 2. You're canceling engine 2. You're going to handle Russell.
That's a really popular one. It's sort of the
Medic 2 will handle Russell. Is there another unit with traffic on fire 2?
Ortofon Red, which is the other sort of I don't want to say entry level, but it's like the $100 cartridge that will make a lot of even mediocre turntables just sound a lot better. So anyway, it's a subject I could go on and on about, but I actually have two different head shells with different cartridges. I have the Naga Oka, but I have my previous Sumiko Blue Point, which that's an interesting cartridge. I don't want to dwell too much on this, but it is what's called a high output moving coil cartridge, and when I bought it, it wasn't very expensive. I actually bought it down at Definitive Audio, and if you ever go there, there's a guy, I believe he still works there, at least he did a few years ago, Tom King. He can get you set up in a really good system for a lot less than you would expect. So really good guy. But anyway, this cartridge sounds better on some records than the other one, than the Naga Oka. So yeah, you can really go down a rabbit hole with this. So anyway, I'm gonna stop blathering. This is KG7ODB, back to net.
Down a rabbit hole, yes indeed, and have no money left over. Well, I was reading this article about this gentleman in Japan. Of course, they have a number of high-end stereo enthusiasts over there, worldwide, of course, but Japan, they have a lot of them. And this gentleman had a $100,000 plus stereo system in his small house, and he went to the trouble of actually having the power company install a separate power line just for his stereo, and it cost him a fortune. He didn't care about that part, but he was just going on and on about how that really did help his overall sound, and the speakers basically took up almost half his living room, and then stacks of monoblock amps and all that stuff. So yeah, it was quite impressive. Anyway, all right, Dean, great to hear you. And blathering about stereos, yeah, we could do that all day, couldn't we? 12:41 p.m. I'm Jack KC7BYJ. Lisa's up next. How are you doing?
Hey there, I'm doing well, except I've got my brother who called me on my phone, so could you put me at the end of round one, and then I should be available. Thank you.
No problem, yeah, we'll put you right in at the end there, Lisa, wherever that is. We'll have more stations coming in, but not a problem. You've got to go talk to your brother. KJ7LHD, Gary's up next.
Good afternoon, Jack. Could you give me some sort of report on my signal? I'm using the Bayway.
It's a bit choppy, but you're basically full scale when you're transmitting there on Magnolia at about 245 out of 255. So yeah, I'd say let's try it.
All right. This is Gary, KJ7LHD, and I just got the Yaesu 3100 back from the shop, and oh God, now my phone's ringing. Well, the hell with it. Excuse me for saying that. I can receive fine on the Yaesu. I have a good signal from the receiver. I've got the offset right. I can't seem to transmit. So if anybody has any clue as to what sort of menu item I need to work on in order to get that working, just kind of let me know.
All right, Gary. Hey, if you're done with your report, go ahead and finish with your call sign, and then I'll respond.
This is Gary, K7LHD.
Okay, well, you were breaking up a little bit, so not all of your question you were posing came through. And I know you're part of the Facebook discussion group page for PSRG there. So, Gary, what I would do is I would pose that question there, and that way more people will get a chance to look at it than are listening probably on the net. So give that a try, and there you go. We'll stick around for round two if you can as well. Hey, thanks for checking in. Sorry about that phone call. It always happens. the most inopportune time. K3OE Rich is up next. How are you doing, Rich?
Well, Jack, I hope you can understand me because I was at my favorite doctor, the dentist, this morning, and I'm just now kind of getting my face back. So, but I made a cup of coffee and I've got some of my bread with butter on it, and I'm listening. So I am in for two. Back to you, K3OE.
All right. Well, Rich, as always, I'm glad you're listening today. Nice to hear you. All right, stick around for round two. Let's take some more check-ins. We've got Lisa in at the end of the round. So, Lisa, stand by. We're going to take some more stations. If you'd like to join us on the new net, come ahead, name and call.
KG7FWB. Hi, Jack. I will be out for 1 and 2.
Well, howdy, Bill. All right, I've got you down as an IO for the day. Hope you have a great weekend. Have a good evening as well. We will talk to you soon. Who's next?
W7, JSM, John.
All right, we've got John on the list. Nice to hear from you. Stand by. Anybody else? Come ahead.
W9. W5DTS, Dale and Amarillo.
All right, I missed at least two stations. I'm going to
Kilo,
call for
Golf,
stations
number
here in just a
5,
little bit.
Foxtrot,
Stand by.
Romeo,
And
Quebec.
KG5FRQ. That's the station.
Fox,
Hold on, I'm
Radio,
transmitting
Quebec.
right now. So let's get those doubling stations. I got Frank in there. I got Dale in there. If you're not in that list, then give me your name and call right now.
KJ7, you asked that, Savan.
All right, Siobhan, I've got you. Anybody else? Come ahead in that pileup.
JC7IEI.
All right, Dan, I've got you, KC7IEI. And if you can, stick around, and we'll get you in here in a few minutes for a report. All right, and who was the other station?
Engine 17, 1246.
Kilo, Golf, number 5, Fox, Radio, Quebec. KG5FRQ.
85 arriving.
All right, yeah, and I was talking over you when you were trying to get in. All right, I've got you on the list, KG5FRQ. Nice to hear you. Stand by. And let's check for additional stations on the internet. All-Star Echolink, come ahead now.
Alpha Charlie 6, Charlie Golf, Dave, Portable 6 in Napa, in and out, saying hello, Jack, and to the net.
All right, sounds like Dave there, AC6CG. I've got you at IO. Thanks for dropping by. Hope you have a great weekend. KC8FQV, we've got Mark in there. Anybody else on internet? Come ahead.
Kilo 7, Delta, Romeo, Quebec.
And Dr. Q, nice to hear you. All right, let's stop right there. And let's back this up. Let's see. We had an IO from Bill there, KG7FWB. Let's go talk to W7JSM. John, good afternoon.
Good afternoon, Jack and everybody. Yeah, I'm just kind of hanging out. I did my net over at Lake Washington this morning. Had a pretty good turnout for it, and I'm getting ready to head over to DB's house to help him do something on the ICOM 2730 Alpha, a couple programming things. And other than that, not doing a whole lot. I should be around for round 2 unless I'm still at DB's, but we will see. W7JSM.
All right, well, thanks. Yeah, he mentioned that during his report that you'd be headed on by to give him some help there. All right, well, good luck on the 2730. We'll check in with you on round 2. Thanks again there, John. W9LVC, let's go find out what's happening in the deep, dark woods of Bothell. Hi, Frank.
Good morning. This is Frank, W9LVC in the backwoods of Bothell. And everything is going just fine here. I'm not putting up any antennas right now, so I got away from that. Anyway, such a beautiful, beautiful day, and we got 62 degrees over here, so it's really, really nice. That's where I'm going to be here, but I'll be listening for 2. This is W9LVC, back to net control.
62 degrees, color me jealous, Frank. Holy cow, it's 52 here in Wedgwood, and you're not that far from me. Oh, well, what are you going to do? Can't live everywhere. All right, well, stick around for round 2. Great to hear you, Frank. W5DTS. Dale's up next.
This is W5DTS. Good afternoon, Jack and Annette. Yeah, it's a pretty nice day here in Amarillo today. About 85 degrees, light breeze, maybe 15 or 20, variable. Had to run down to Home Depot and pick up a flush valve gasket for one of our toilets starting to leak through to the bowl on us. So it's not a big deal, but yeah, just one of those things that I'd rather not have to mess with. Won't take but a couple minutes to get that changed out as soon as I get the ambition. I also picked up a bunch of new ferns. I've got one fern plant that kept over winter, kept it alive, but it doesn't quite look as good as the new one, so I picked up a few new ones. Picked up some coleus. I need to get transplanted into some urns out in front of on our front porch, but just trying to get things fixed up a little bit, get started for spring, get things looking good again. Haven't been able to find any million bells in our stores, though. Checked a couple of them, and there's not a thing around. Sure would like to have some of those, too. But maybe one of these days I'll get them in. Well, that's about all the excitement for right now. This is W5DTS. I'll send it back to you, Jack.
All right, Dale. Well, have fun with plumbing. That is my least favorite thing to do around the house. I usually leave it to the experts. I just don't get along with plumbing. I don't know why. Never have. I got the tools to do it, but I don't know. Maybe it's the tools. I'll blame them. Oh man. Anyway. All right. Hey, great to hear you there, Dale. Nice. Hope you have a good time with the new plants too. And coleus. You mentioned those. Boy, I haven't had any coleus plants for a while. I just love them. They're just so amazingly beautiful. All right, hey, stick around for round 2. Let's find out how Siobhan's doing on a Friday afternoon. KJ7USZ.
Good afternoon, Jack, and good afternoon to everyone on the net. This is Siobhan, KJ7USZ, and I wanted to stop by and say hello to everyone and wish everybody a wonderful weekend. Haven't been able to play much radio this week, so I've been missing you all, and I wanted to come stop by and say hi to you, Jack, as well. And I'm going to have a busy radio weekend, though, so I'm looking forward to that. Got a few hours exercise tomorrow with the Redmond Aries team. Looks like it's going to be a lot of fun. We're going to be acting under an emergency situation and then corresponding with our Bellevue neighbors, so the Bellevue Aries team, that side of us, and we're going to be talking with them on simplex and their frequency, their repeaters and our repeaters, and just a wide array of different ways to be in contact with our neighboring cities. So it's going to be a fun exercise. Tomorrow, I should say, it's going to be quite a few exercises. And then, of course, I've got the Saturday night net, right here on the PSRG tomorrow at 9 p.m. And I always look forward to that all week long. So, looking forward to some fun this weekend. And I hope everybody is doing well. Start and end your day with a grateful heart. KJ7USZ, back to net.
Hey, Siobhan, real quick, what time does the Aries exercise get underway? I'd like to tune into that. I love hearing those when those are going.
Absolutely. I'm just busy talking with leadership now because we're figuring out a few things. But so far, the emails are stating 10 a.m., and then they'll run all the way through to noon. And then we'll see what we're going to do from there. But it's going to be ongoing nonstop from 10 to noon. and we're going to be on a few different simplex channels. We want to try that, and then we're going to be on their repeaters, our repeaters, some other repeaters. And it should be a lot of fun. We've got to take it super seriously. I mean, the city of Redmond wants us to be prepared, as does the city of Bellevue want their folks to be prepared, etc. But yeah, let me know what you think maybe after. And I'll look forward to talking with you again soon, Jack. Thank you very much. Great question. KJ7, you asked that. Back to Nat.
All right. Yeah, thank you so much, Siobhan. So 10 to noon tomorrow. Be scanning for Redmond Aries exercise with Bellevue, it sounds like. That's going to be a lot of fun. All right. Yeah, it's always really good to build interest in emergency communications, and that's one way to do it is by monitoring an active exercise. So good luck to you and the teams there, Siobhan. Thank you. And stick around for round 2 if you can. 12:55 p.m. I'm Jack, KI7RMU. We're going to go talk to Dan now. And Dan, last time you checked in, I called for you, but I think you had to step away when we asked for your report. So let's hear from you today. KC7IEI, how have you been? All right, he must be IO. I think that's what it is. All right, well, Dan, we'll call for you in round 2. If you're not available, not a problem. Great to hear from you. KG5FRQ, Gardner, how have you been?
Well, hello everybody from Carlsbad, New Mexico. Glad to be a part of this net on the WW7PSR repeater system. Glad to be a part of y'all's afternoon here. Wow. 87 degrees and we're warming up to 90. It's been a good morning already down here. I fell asleep around 10:30 and barely woke up at 1 o'clock, so, or 1:30, so just drinking a ice cold cup of coffee and getting ready to see what my mom and I are going to do this evening. Anyway, not very much else to report on. We do have clear skies and a little bit of wind. So, thanks for allowing me to check into the net today. And God bless everybody. This is KG5FRQ.
All right, Gardner, enjoy your ice-cold coffee. Yeah, on a hot day, there's nothing quite like that, is there? Man, I always throw an extra ice cube in if it'll fit. All right, well, come back for round 2 if you can. We do 2 rounds, as I think you remember, on the new net. And nice to hear from you today. All right, we had an IO from Dave down there in Fremont, AC6CG. Actually, I think he just moved, if I remember right. But nice to hear from Dave. And let's go talk to KC8FQV. Mark, good afternoon.
Well, good afternoon, Jack. KCFQV here. Well, I just killed one phone caller. They ain't gonna call anymore. I put them in the block list. So they're no longer gonna call. It's a scammer. Spectrum TV, 59 degrees we got here. It's Spectrum TV, but it comes up as Kent State University. Well, we all know who Kent State University is. That's the university in Ohio here. They have a football team. Is the Golden Flash, is that what they are? Akron Zips is the other one. But, yeah, these criminals, yeah, they're good for nothing. They call. I looked back at my phone because I didn't delete them calls. I looked back over the 3 or 4 days, and it's been every day at the same number. So I went in, and I knew I could do the deletion. So that's what I did. I blocked it. So got a QSL card yesterday from Jim. SJM, I have to get the call, and I'll get the call next round. But it was good hearing him. He heard me, and the dude dropped in. a pretty nice day out here, Jack. So let's send it back to net. We'll be around for the second round. KC at King Charles 8, Foxglade Victor.
All right, yeah, you got to keep blocking those calls. You know, that guy, Scam Likely, keeps calling me, and I can't block him. He just keeps calling. I don't know. I can't get rid of him. Let's go talk to Dr. Q down in Tacoma at 12:59 p.m. I'm Jack KI7RMU. He's K7DRQ.
Well, hey, Jack. Hope you're doing well. Good to hear you today, and hope everyone else is well as well. It's lonely life over here. Hannah is in Ohio today. She's in Mark's neck of the woods, watching her little sister more or less graduate from Oberlin College in a major in performance bassoon. Today she is at the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame, and she knows me very well and loves me very much, and that is why she is sending me photos of all things Pink Floyd over there. She's bought me a t-shirt, and I am very jealous that I'm not able to join her there. But there's excitement here as well in Washington State. This morning I received my order from Soda Beams, so I've got 2 spools of very light, flexible antenna wire. I've got a ridiculously small carbon fiber mast, about 20 feet tall, and so I need to get onto the soldering iron and put together my traps for the 20, 30, 40 meter NFIT half wave so that I can take it out to the park. Well, that's my day, wrapping up work for the week, looking forward to the weekend. 730, and I should be in for 2. Take care. I'm Quentin, K7DRQ.
All right, well, congratulations to Hannah's sister. That's fantastic, and I bet they're having a great time at the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame Museum. That is cool. Hey, real quick, so Dr. Q, I know you mentioned the Soda Beam mast that you got. I think you said carbon fiber. What is the weight? I looked it up the other day when you mentioned that, and it's almost nothing, basically.
It is ridiculously tiny. I thought I had a small one of theirs already. I had the Tactical Mini, which is 20 feet tall, and hold on, I've got the numbers here because this is kind of impressive. So the Tactical Mini weighs in at about 800 grams, and the carbon fiber is the ultralight, 6 meter, 20 feet, and I think that weighs about 300 grams, 10.5 ounces. Folds down to 17 inches and maybe 2 inches in diameter, so it is absolutely minuscule. Looking forward to giving it a test drive. It's not as hardcore and stable, of course, as the fiberglass one, but on a low wind day, it'll do just great. K7DRQ.
Wow, yeah, that is minuscule. Wow, that is so great. All right, well, it'd be easy to pack that thing around. You can just put it in your pocket. All right, well, do let us know, and I'm glad that finally came in today. All right, well, stick around for round 2 if you can there, Quentin. Great to hear from you. We're going to go try and talk to Lisa now. Hopefully she's wrapped up her phone call. We're still in round 1. We're still going to call for some stations, but I want to get her in here before we forget about her. KC7BYJ, Lisa, if you're ready, please proceed.
Hey there, I am here, in fact. So, a bunch of stuff going on. I did not get the job with the Red Cross. Indeed, I kind of wonder, since at the very end of my interview they said that they still had some, other cross candidates to interview, and they, you can just kind of tell that just the way she said it, or the one woman said it. You kind of know the answer even though she didn't say it, but to their credit, they called me back, or she called me back a couple hours later to say they had gone with, that they had some really extremely well-qualified candidates, and so I appreciate their telling me sooner rather than later and not letting me hang. But if they had really such extremely well-qualified candidates, I kind of wonder, was I just being interviewed so that they had the proper number of candidates rather than, was I really under serious consideration? I don't know. But there is a lower position that will be opening in Bellingham for disaster program specialist. So
I'll apply for that, even though it doesn't pay as well. Well, nothing in Red Cross pays very well. But anyway, so that's one piece. And then the other thing I'm having to deal with is I think I need to find another phone provider. I have had Republic Wireless for many, many years, but that they've now changed. They've gone with Dish, which then sold to, I think, T-Mobile and AT&T and so on, and their customer service is terrible, and they can't even tell me which phones I can buy that will be compatible with their network. And it's like, really? I need to buy a phone because they have said that my phone will not work. And so I'm feeling super frustrated, and it's a huge amount of work that I don't really have time to deal with, except I have to deal with it. So anyway, okay, well, enough for complaining. Other than that, it's a gorgeous day, and I need to get out there and do something with it. And that will also, I think, improve my mood once I get out and enjoy the trees and bees and, well, actually no bees. But anyway, the flowers and all that good stuff. So I guess that's pretty much it, and I'll probably be in for round 2. So thank you for letting me come back later. AC7, what do I say?
All right, not a problem there. Well, Lisa, I don't know if you're indoors or outdoors, but that last transmission pretty noisy. So I have a feeling you were probably inside in your inside location there. So if you can step out for round 2, that would probably be better. I know it comes in a little clearer there. But anyway, hey, so yeah, get out there and try to get some sun. And thank you for saying that you are going to get out there, because right when you were talking, it got a little brighter here in Wedgwood in North Seattle. So a little less clouds, a little more sun. So thank you for that. All right, well, good luck on the phone. Yeah, getting that sorted out sometimes is not the easiest, and there's a lot of things you have to figure out. So good luck with that. And you know what? If you get that Bellingham job, let us know. At least they called you back right away. I think that was very considerate on their part. So thank you, Red Cross. All right, stick around for round 2 there, Lisa. It's 1:06 p.m. I'm Jack KI7RMU for the Friday afternoon noon net here on the PSRG in Seattle. If you'd like to join us for the end of round 1, I think we're getting close to the end. Before we re-rack it and get round 2 started, come ahead now, name and call.
November 7, Uniform Romeo Hotel, it's Mike.
Well, it sure sounds like you, Mike. I've got you on the list, N7 URH. Who's next?
KI7YRC-IO.
Holy cow, there's our friend John from Tacoma. Nice to hear you there, John. Hope you have a great weekend. Say hi to the family for me. Thank you for the IO. Anybody else? All right, last station, nothing but static. You need some more power. Maybe move over to All-Star or Echolink if you have that. But, yeah, not picking you up at all. Who's next? All right, we're winding down for round 1, so let's make this last call in round 1. I'll take RF or internet stations on All-Star or Echolink. Come ahead, name and call. Last call in round 1.
Can I get a TAC channel for training 1 hour, please?
Before we re-rack and get round 2 closing comments started. So let's go talk to you now. N7 URH.
Medic 1.
Well, good evening, Jack and the rest of the net. I'm just chilling here at the top of the hill with the taco stand. Brought the ICOM 705 up here with me, and I'm just checking it out. It sounds like me, yeah. It sounds real good. All that fun stuff, and I can hear my talk back. All that, you know, it sounds like an ICOM radio. All that really clear, deep audio. Yep, and I'm looking at everything in here, and I have almost no SWR, that's what I like to see on my mobile antenna that I don't, know how it actually works, quite frankly. I just installed it a long time ago, and it worked. There you go. So, yeah, I was looking at getting RIDI stuff working on this radio this morning, and I'm looking at, so what was my other project? RIDI, and I put calling frequencies in here. I put a whole bunch of 440 down through through 10-meter calling frequencies in here, because I'm trying to set up for the 7th QP contest here next weekend, and so I'm trying to get all that in there and some other things, and trying to figure out RIDI and all that other stuff, because, hey, RIDI's worth 4 points. And, yeah, so all that fun stuff. And my taco's ready, so I'm going to go and grab my tacos. I'll be right back, Jack. And 7UH, see you in a few.
All right, Mike. Hey, enjoy those tacos. We'll call out for you in round 2. Nice to hear you today. All right, we had an I.O. from John. Nice to hear from him. KI7YRC down in Tacoma. And now we're off to round 2. So let's roll it back and go find Grossi. W7DNG. Go ahead, Grossi.
Whoops, grabbed the wrong mic. Oh, finishing up some programming here. And got my radio set up, and I was just talking to a gentleman that's up past Greenwater, so I know my family will be in contact when they go camping now. Mama will be happy about that. So anyhow, just getting ready. I'm going to have a bite to eat, and then I'm going to go out and work on the tractor, do the new push blade. I got to take the wire brush, clean it up so I can weld on it. And I might give you guys a report tomorrow or some photos. We shall see. Been having a ball with that thing, so. Anyhow, not much else out there. My bunnies are running all over the place. They love this kind of weather. So everybody have a good day. Better tomorrow. Grossi said it to you. Be safe out there, folks. W7DNG. I'll be clear and listening.
Well, not quite. If you can answer my question there, Grossi, and then I'll let you go clear. Hey, real quick on those GMRS radios for your family. I imagine you probably got a couple of spare batteries.
Yeah, I think I've got like 2 for every one of my radios. That's one thing I always did when I bought the radios, is make sure I had an extra battery or 2. Why, is GMRS heated up pretty bad?
Oh, no, not necessarily. Not that I know of. No, I just figured that's kind of the way you did things, is having some spare batteries in there. Nope, you've answered my question. All right, well, go get some lunch, and good luck this afternoon. And, yeah, looking forward to some cool photos of your project. All right, we will talk to you later. KJ7RJ, let's get back to Mike.
Well, Jack, I've had my lunch and just sitting here enjoying the rest of the net, not doing anything more. I think I'll just take the rest of the day and take it easy. Good to hear you, Jack. Good. Thanks for running the net, and we'll say 73 is all. KJ7RJ, back to the net.
And Mike, real quick to confirm, you're still going to do some 10-meter testing at 28360 coming up. Is that correct?
That's correct. I've got it on right now. So anybody interested in making a 10-meter contact, that's where I'll be, 28.360, KJ7RJ.
All right, fantastic. Sounds good. Mike, you have a great weekend. Good luck with all your projects, which I usually know is about half a mile long on the list. KI7AGD, Lewis, are you still around for round 2?
Yeah, I'm still here, Jack. I've been doing my emails. I am in communications with the USS Midway Museum, so we're trying to find the logbook for the Midway during World War II, particularly to try to find some communications that went to Fort Worth. So been working on that since the last time I talked to you. So anyway, we're progressing very slowly but very diligently on getting our program for Cambridge Island and the Puget Sound area and Pacific Northwest put together. So I'm organizing several other groups that we want to get in contact. I still need to get my board together, so that's been really hard, finding people that want to jump on the board, do something for the fraternity and for radio hams in the Pacific Northwest and basically the United States, you know. So I'm not looking for anybody in particular, but I'm looking for, you know, national, because our program is Zoom. We're not going to have meetings in person. They're going to be Zoom, because I'm pretty sure that we're going to get
the United States area. So that way we will have meetings, in person, but there'll be few, on it. So anyway, Jack, this is KIS7 AGB back to net. Oh, and the pear jam, yummy, yummy, yummy. In the tummy. It's just ready to go in the jar now, but hey, my fingers are in. I get the liquid spoon. KIS7 AGB, clear.
All right, Lewis, great to hear from you. A little staticky at the first part of your transmission, but it cleared up at the end, so we were able to hear that the pear jam apparently is yummy. I expected nothing less. You enjoyed that, and hey, it's your project. You get to lick the spoon. That's how it works. KJ7ORV, let's get back to Yuri and Ballard for round 2.
KJ7ORV here. Round 2, huh? What do I got? I don't know what I got. I don't know. Let's see. Faye has a day off today, so she just got out of bed. Yeah, my mind's kind of blank. I don't know. I didn't eat well yesterday, and then I went to the gym this morning, and now I'm just like, just trying to catch up. So I had a ginormous breakfast, and I'm just waiting to get back to feeling normal, I guess. And I just been dwelling in HF, and I've been trying to talk to my friend in Massachusetts about getting on these nets, or just getting on nets in general, so he can just get more radio activity with them. But he mentioned that he was more into HF, so I think he's gonna get his general soon. I don't know when he's gonna do it. But he mentioned about just having to buy radios and spend money on the hobby, and but I guess I like the buy once, cry once. These radios kind of last a long time if you take care of them. So I don't know. Been trying. I wish he would get on more on the radio, but oh well. Besides that, not much. It's Friday. There's no F1 this weekend. There's F1 next weekend, though, in Miami. Yes, that's right. You heard that right. Miami GP coming up next weekend. First time they've done a Miami GP, and let me tell you, the ticket prices are absolutely insane. It's cheaper for me to get tickets and flights and hotels to Canada GP than it is to get one ticket to the Miami GP. So, I don't know what's up with that. But it should be interesting. It's an interesting track. It's around the Hard Rock Stadium, that's Cafe, where the Dolphins play, right? Yeah, they built a track around that place. KJ7ORV.
Okay, well, first of all, I did not know about the Miami Grand Prix, or maybe I just forgot about it. But holy cow, they built a track. Oh my God, that must have cost a fortune. Well, maybe we'll have to look that up and find out about that. Yeah, that's going to be a really interesting race for sure. All right, well, Yuri, I hope you feel better, and say hi to Faye for me if you would. All right, and let's go talk to Jeff, AB6MB. All right, sounds like he might be away from the mic for round 2. Let's see if we can get Matt back in here, KJ7WQI.
Well, hey there, Jack. I'm going to turn on Echolink here, because I was just double checking that this antenna works, and it indeed does. I have the J-pole up on a stand in the garage, with the radio all attached with wires and whatnot.